that was awesome. And it's a little too late though for them to form an efficient shield wall because the Scots have totally surprised them. Because even though they're sprinting pretty quietly, and they don't turn around for a while.
Well, I mean, they were all like honed in on Bember.
Oh yeah,
right?
they're focused,
honed in.
This is a huge surprise.
Yeah. So I mean, and Bember is a cliffside fortress. So I mean, those men are already sort of start push them in that direction, and then Constantine's men come in from the other direction, and they just start pushing them towards the edge. And I didn't realize from the trailer that we were seeing the men of Wessex and Mercy. I didn't realize it was the Saxon.
I thought maybe it might have just been like men of Bebbanburg fighting Scots, sort of like at the beginning of season 4. I didn't know if it was going to be that significant of a battle.
That's what I thought too. I thought it might even like at the beginning of season 4. Yeah, like what you're saying. Or even I was like, is that maybe a clip from Uhtred pushing off like just Whitgar's men off the edge or something?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
So I thought this was a pretty sweet twist that it's our guys are like on this cliff getting 300 right now.
That's what I was going to say. Constantine literally yells, push him off the cliff like in 300. God damn it. You stole it from me.
Yeah.
You got me on that one.
But it's so sweet too. I mean, he's like push him off the cliffs and they start going and guys are just, and it's feels so raw, like just watching them fight for their lives to stay there.
They show some shots of guys landing on the rocks and exploding like water balloons filled with blood.
Yeah, just like Stiapa's head, just.
So this was so intense because we got Edward and Ethelstan who are like getting closer and closer to the edge. And they're just getting pushed and pushed. Aldhelm gets trampled.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't get to talk to James Northcote, it's because he's done for.
I thought this was the end of Aldhelm.
I thought he died too. And I was like, because Canliffe, who like he's like screaming Aldhelm, and I'm just like, oh man, he's dead. Like
I thought he was dead. Done having that speech. You saw them sprinting behind the Scots who are pushing Edward and his men off the cliff. And just like the Scots had an awesome charge, this was an awesome running charge.
This was an amazing charge. I mean, this was so good. And I think I remember the one guy that like turns around, like he's like, yeah, we're winning, push him off the cliffs. And he's like, I'm safe here in the back. So like, I'm a part of this victory, but like
I'm not going to get hurt.
I'm not going to get hurt by the last like survivors who are trying to fight for their lives. And he just turns around and sees Uhtred, Finan, Citric, Stiora, all sprinting. And like honestly too, like this is, you can tell like this is the moment, like obviously John East like told him like this is the charge, like you have to bring everything to this charge. So I mean,
like the last minute of the game.
Yeah,
this is when you leave everything on the court.
And this guy turns around and sees that, and he's just like, shit. And then Uhtred just drop kicks him.
He just drop kicks him.
Like the whole front line of Uhtred's charge, they all leave their feet. If you go back and watch this, like everyone leaves their feet and just like drop kicks and like slice, like just a whole row of like stuntmen. Like we're just like, we're not ready for Alexander Draymond's like, let's make this natural. Let's attack. Let's just like, I don't know how else they did it. Like they were all drop kicking into people. Like Finan, Uhtred, Stiora, everyone was leaving their feet. This was a moment where I was having like just an amazing orgasm just watching this.
I'm going nuts watching this. Oh my God. And the beats that they have. Citric's got amazing beats.
So good.
Finan uses a dude as a shield and as a weapon. Did you see
my God, that was amazing. And then he cuts off a guy's arm and uses it as a weapon.
Yes.
That was amazing.
And Uhtred's having amazing beats.
Uhtred goes, Odin favors us. Like from Assassin's Creed Valhalla with Eivor, when he's like, Odin is with us in the trailer. Uhtred does that.
And he's leading Danes too, which is so cool. Walland has a couple cool beats.
Him just crouched with the sword and just this battle behind him and just like, Odin favors. Oh my God. That was too much. Amazing.
They just outdid themselves here.
That was amazing.
It's so amazing. And Walland, who we just met this season, he had a few lines, but he was very likable. he gets skewered.
By a
He
spear.
gets speared right through the stomach, but he still kills a dude after he gets skewered.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And now Constantine, who, you know, had this thing on lock, and he was at the front pushing the guys off the cliff, has turned around. He started fighting, and he sees it's a loss now. But as a good king does, he doesn't like pout. He doesn't get up all upset. He's like, okay, what do I do now? He's like, burn Bebember, because we don't want this fortress on our thing. And he's like, take prisoners. And I'm like, he's losing, but he's still making smart moves. And so that's when the guy goes with a torch and starts lighting Bebember, which is completely made out of wood. And Uhtred also sees that like people are being taken, and he sees Cainlef being taken. He tries to save him, but he like loses him in the battle.
He tells Citric, and Purelig also comes up, and he's how can I give you this victory? He's like, how can I give you this victory, Lord?
Yeah.
He's like, they're taking hostages. Take that guy right there. That's their commander.
He's the commander. Take him. And that later is important, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Ethelstan's also out fighting. He's having some good beats.
Oh my gosh! Once they charge to, it still takes a little bit. They're still fighting for a while.
Yeah.
And the guys are still like on the cliffs, but after a while, after they're like, well, we have to deal with the force in the back now. When they turn around and all the men like just, it's like a wave then of the men like who like survived off the cliffs. They just turn, and Edward and Ethelstan's charge out.
Yes.
Oh my God, was it amazing? Just like the scream,
amazing.
Just like the yes, we're not gonna die on the cliffs.
No,
and we're gonna just kick ass.
Hooray! It was
oh my
awesome. God. And there's a moment too when Edward gets knocked down and Finan is like Lord King.
A tall freaking dude too.
Yeah. Yes.
This is a big man.
Big dude. It was awesome. The battle was awesome out here in the field.
Bro moment to Uhtred for like picking Finan up after Finan's dropkick takedown. You know, he was one of the people. This is why you shouldn't leave your feet in a game. You know, people, because then your balance is off. We're not all cats. So
exactly.
But he helps him up. Bro moment there. And then also, like you were saying, bro moment for Finan for helping out King Edward after that tall dude just knocks him down.
Awesome moments. So many good beats. I got to rewatch this again and again. I've already watched it a few times, but like, it's so epic. They outdid themselves. And Uhtred looks up at Bebember now because he's winning. Scots are retreating, and he sees Witgar is up there, and he's like, it's time, baby.